Hi everyone and welcome. This is Philosophy and the Talents of the Future with a focus on artificial intelligence. In this video, I will cover important information you need to know as you start the semester for this course, and also things that are good to keep in mind as we move forward throughout the semester. To be more specific, I will talk about some administrative stuff that you should know about, and then I will go over some details on the structure of the course, and then some important questions about the content, which is hopefully what attracted you to the course to begin with. And finally, I'll talk about the assignments and the progress tracking. So let's start with the admin part of the course. This is an online, asynchronous semester for us here, which means that the main way to be connected is through Brightspace, which is how you will be submitting your assignments. I'll talk about that soon. And through email, of course, keep your email checked regularly. And if you want to talk with me, if you'd like to come to office hours, please write to me here. Now, I will also have a Q&A section, as you will see on the syllabus, so that you can come there, you can just drop in, and we can talk about any questions you may have. So that will be something like a group discussion session. You don't have to email me for that, and you'll see more information on the course's website. So now you go into Brightspace on the website for the course, and you'll see under the contents that there is one module called syllabus, and you'll click on that and it will send you to this page. This is the course's website that you should read very carefully, and it contains all the important information you need to know. So starting from what is this course? You've probably already seen this description, which hopefully prompted you to choose the course. And then you'll see the readings. Now, I say here there are two main sources of readings, and there are two books. The first book is Human Compatible by Professor Stuart Russell, and the other is an edited volume on the ethics of artificial intelligence. You don't have to purchase these books, but if you want to, these are books that we're going to be using a lot. All the readings are available on Brightspace under the reading section in content. But when you don't find them there, you're going to find them in the form of hyperlinks. So for example, here on week 3, you're going to click on it. You see how it's hyperlinked, and that will send you to the reading. So you're going to see that a few times throughout the semester. Don't wonder where is the reading. It's here. It's hyperlinked. You're going to go find it. You can download it, and it can be perfectly accessible like that. Okay, so that's the admin stuff. Make sure you are sufficiently online, meaning that you have bookmarked all the important pages, including the course website, which is the page you see now. You can find my lectures, including this very first one, on a playlist for the course through this link. Again, click here. It will send you to the YouTube playlist. And you can find the academic calendar for Queen's College through this link right here for the spring semester of 2025. And I think here we have covered the admin stuff. If you have any problem throughout the semester, please write an email to me and we'll see what the best way to resolve it is. Now, what's the structure of the course? As you'll see as you read the syllabus here, the course has different parts, and I've divided it such that you have a good understanding of where each part starts and where it ends. So the first part of the course is this introduction to AI. You don't need to be majoring in computer science or have a lot of experience in machine learning to understand what we'll talk about, but you do need to have a grasp of the basic concepts. And for many of you, this might be new, so we're going to spend the first 4 weeks making sure that you do understand what is artificial intelligence in general, what is this area of machine learning that has been attracting so much attention as a research area in the past decade or so. And we're also going to talk about specific architectures of AI that are currently used, which are the large language models. So remember that a lot of what we are concerned with has to do with large language models and how they could evolve. But remember that we are in the deep learning paradigm, which is a sub-area of artificial intelligence. So this is the first part. And then, because I understand you may have questions, these might be new concepts to many of you, I will have a Q&A section to help you go through any of the issues you may have and clarify any of the concepts that you stumbled upon throughout the semester. So make a note, February 17 is the end of the first part of the course. Come to the Zoom session and we'll talk about any question you may have. Now, the second part of the course is where we get to the problem, right? Like AI is it's an emerging technology, but this course is not here to make you learn how to use AIs or turn you into computer scientists. The problems we're concerned with have to do with this notion that technologies such as AI that are very powerful could be transformative. So AI is one of those technologies, and this poses several questions. And in particular, we'll start talking about advanced AI, so not AI systems that we currently have and use, but rather future systems, and how they could pose existential risks to humanity. What is an existential risk? We'll try to understand that. It's a risk that has to do with exactly the existence of the human species as a whole, rather than just changing our life a little bit or giving us a virtual assistant or replacing one of the jobs that we do with an AI. It has to do with the bigger picture of where do we exist as a species. So we're going to spend 4 weeks understanding how advanced AIs, again, we do not have these systems, keep in mind, we're speculating, it's a hypothetical discourse about a technology that could exist, and we know very well that there are research teams and AI labs that are primarily focusing their efforts and investing and spending a lot of their capital into building those systems. So while it doesn't exist, it's a technology that could exist, and there are many interests in society to create that technology. We'll see what the positives could be, but they are actively working on this technology. So we'll try to understand what threats it could pose, what are the arguments for this. And then we'll have our midterm that would be on March 21st, and it will cover this first part of the course, understanding what AI is and how could future AI systems be risky. And then the third part of the course will be devoted to what do you do when you have a problem like this? And we'll see two research directions. The first is the more technical direction, technical AI alignment, as it's called. And the second is the AI governance direction, which, as you can tell, has to do with international cooperation, policy making, regulation, big questions about how to govern a new and very powerful technology. Again, we're thinking about these future systems. And then that might prompt you to ask, well, why would we want to plan for that future? Why would we care about this future technology? It doesn't even exist. What's the probability it could be risky? We don't even know. There's so many uncertainties. And so we'll discuss this in the framework of a moral discourse of risk and responsibility when it comes to an invention that you're exactly so uncertain about, but you do need to prepare somehow. And so we'll first see this sort of like ethical discourse on inventions that call for responsibility, either from scientists and technologists, but also from society at large. And then after the spring break, we'll talk about this debate on long-termism, which is exactly this question. Why should we care about the future? Why can't we just live our lives right now, use the nice AIs that help us or don't help us, and then just continue living like that? So this is a big question of, we are in the present understanding some challenges. We also understand what we might be missing. And we are concerned with making sure that that future goes well. However, we might not even know what a good future would be. And this takes us to the last part of the course, which is exactly this question. What kind of future are we envisioning? What would a good future entail? And how can we go about thinking about those futures, kind of outlining them, forecasting them, as the more technical term is. And one of those futures could be a technological singularity, which is a kind of older than this technology philosophical question. What would be an intelligence explosion? Imagine having systems way smarter than humans. Is that even possible? What would that even look like? And finally, what can we do to prepare with respect to different possible futures? So maybe there isn't an intelligence explosion, or maybe there is. Maybe we're already developing systems that should have rights. Maybe they're already conscious, or maybe they're not conscious, but we should still treat them as moral patients, which means that we should assign respect to them or autonomy. So these are some trickier and, again, very speculative questions about the nature of machine intelligence. And then on May 20th, the final, where you'll be answering questions about all this second part, second half, let's say, of the course, with the parts that you saw above. So this covers the more structure and content part of the course. And finally, every week, as the course is asynchronous, and we cannot be talking, unfortunately, and I cannot be hearing what you think about the readings. You cannot directly ask me questions. Of course, you can always email me, but we don't have this directness of the in-classroom discussion. Every week, you're going to be submitting a self-review. So you're going to go and make a copy of that, which you will find on Brightspace. And for every week, you will have a self-review which has the same questions. And these questions are more like prompts so that you can think harder about what you read. Try to see what you understood and what you didn't understand, and what you agree and what you don't really agree on, and what would you like to learn more about, and kind of try to keep it tidy and organize your thoughts for every week, so that at some point you can go back and look at everything together, and hopefully it will make sense to you. And this is how I envision you tracking your progress, so that you know how well you do every week. And I can also have a grasp of how you're doing your readings. Do you find them interesting? What ideas do they provoke to you? And this is the point of the self-reviews. It's not exactly an assignment, but rather this space for you to reflect, to write down your ideas, to write questions, to take it a step further than just doing a few readings and watching a video. So for every week, as you see here on the syllabus, you have 2 readings. Some weeks have 1 reading and 1 video. And for most weeks, there will also be a short video lecture by me, which is not meant to cover everything. It's not meant to exhaust the resources. It's more like a short guide, or giving you the highlights, or if you wish, give you my perspective on the topic of the week. So these will generally be short, and you can watch them to help you navigate the week, but you're not going to be finding everything interesting and useful in there, but hopefully will be somewhat useful. So go on Brightspace, bookmark the Spades, bookmark the YouTube channel and the playlist, and I hope you all have a good semester, and feel free to let me know what questions you have